Social media. This is the one of the biggest reasons people hesitate on joining, right? They're scared to put themselves out there. They're scared of what other people will think. It's not easy being vulnerable and putting yourself out there on social media. Hopefully by now, you guys have all decided if you are using your personal Instagram account or if you are going to create a new one, and you've started to share your journey a little bit. You've started to sprinkle in that you are doing a program. You may not have asked anyone to join you, but you're sharing your journey. You're being approved for the product, right? So in this video, we want to talk to you guys a little bit about your strategy for social media and for sharing your journey, some specific apps that we use in our Instagram stories, and what you should be posting about, really.
And maybe why it's scary and how you can get over that. For me, I was really scared to start posting on and sharing truly sharing my life on social media outside of just pictures of my kids. So if that's your fear, I really absolutely understand. And what I can give you, the advice I would give you is don't look at maybe where Courtney and I are at today. Think because when we started this before, we were at the same place you were, and we started with where we were at, and we took a single baby step every single day. And maybe that's posting something about your family. Maybe that's posting a picture of your weights, not necessarily of you working out, but slowly every single day you will get a little bit more comfortable and you will get to where you want to be.
I remember it took me a long time to record a video just talking in the phone like this and posting it. That took me a long time. I was nervous. I felt like an idiot. I felt like, what am I doing? You know, so if you're feeling like that, if you're nervous, if you're thinking, is this for me? I can't do this. Just
We've been there.
Yeah, we've been there, and just baby steps. Start by posting just pictures and slides and being creative, using the GIFs, writing on it, start getting consistent with it, and it will come.
The most important thing to remember about social media is to be authentic to you. Please don't go looking at all other Beachbody coaches and following all other Beachbody coaches and thinking that that's what you need to start doing. The most effective way for you to be successful is to think about who you are and really the message that you want to share with the universe and how you want to come across, and truly share you. Sharing how Courtney and I do it isn't going to yield you success because that's not who you are. So you want to really dive deep into who you are. And some of the activities that you can do, one of them is to think about your 5 buckets. Your 5 buckets that represent you and your values, what you love most in this world. Maybe you're a yogi and that's one of your buckets. Maybe you love to travel and that's another bucket. Maybe you're a mom of 5 kids and that's a huge bucket. Think about all of the things that you love in this world, and those 5 buckets would maybe represent the 5 themes or subjects that you would trickle through your Instagram feed, for instance.
I think one of the biggest things is that, especially if you've started a new Instagram, nobody's going to be interested if you're only talking about fitness. If you're only posting like a workout clip and inviting to this group, it's not interesting. You need to think of social media and even your feed as your Vogue. Like, the feed on your Instagram is a magazine and it needs to look attractive. So we're gonna talk to you guys a lot about different lighting and pictures and ways that you can make your Instagram feed super attractive. And if you're thinking I don't have any buckets, I don't do anything different, if you are literally a mom and trying to rediscover yourself, that's okay. That's a bucket, and you can sprinkle that in. If you don't want to share your kids on social media, then you got some work to do. You need to find some buckets.
And what Courtney was saying there about sprinkling in your fitness, you are not all of a sudden a fitness person overnight. And being a Beachbody coach doesn't mean you're a fitness expert, right? Your Instagram and your Facebook, I hate to break it to you, is no longer for your personal enjoyment. Social media is now your business. You are on Instagram not to scroll your friends, but to post and work your business. All right, so your Instagram, your Facebook, all your social media are now your storefronts for your business. You need to treat them as such. And that means coming across how you want to. it doesn't mean that you are now just all fitness, because nobody is going to watch you. One of the great analogies that I heard that I think about all the time is that you want your social media, think about it like a radio station. You can't be all advertisements. It can't be all commercials. So if you're always advertising your boot camp, your challenge, your fitness stuff, people are just going to switch the station. You want to make sure you have some good music on there. And the music for you is going to be your buckets, your life, who you are as a person, your personality, the funny things you're doing, all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure you have good music along with the odd commercial.
And really making sure, I think that this is a network marketing business, and historically there has been some like taboo thoughts about people that do this. And I think that was because like back in the day, it used to be like, here's my Shakeology, like do not post a picture on your Instagram feed with a product like smiling or your sweaty selfie. That's not like an Instagram feed worthy pic. Those pictures need to be like thought out a little bit, like maybe lightened up so that they look beautiful, eye-catching, with a nice message below. Like
more clever.
You really need to, like, every post you put out there has some sort of meaning or some sort of message for your viewer, right? And then a lot of the like quicker, fluffier stuff can just go into your stories.
So showing up consistently on social media is now your job. And that may sound scary, and that may be like, and I know it was for me, but it is, because the people who you message are maybe not going to say yes right away. Instead, they're just going to watch you. And they may watch you for 6 months, 8 months, a year, 18 months. Because they're going to watch to see if you're legit, to see if you still show up. Because guess what? People want an accountability coach who is accountable. So it's now your job to be accountable and show up on social media and show everybody that it is possible. The second you stop doing that, the second you stop showing up, they're like, oh yeah, I knew it. And they're not signing up with you.
And the people that are successful, like now that we've sort of like, I'm coming up on 2 years and I'm really seeing it takes a year, guys. You need to show up every single day. Don't get me wrong, challengers are going to join you. If you invite, they will come. If you are consistent, this will happen. You can be successful. But to build a team and to get coaches with you, like this is going to take consistency over time, right? You know, a big part of this job is being the best version of you. And when Erin talks about consistency, I can't help but think about my own personal life and what this has done for me. I have struggled with addiction in my past, and so showing up on social media consistently was really hard if I was out the night before. So since I've been a Beachbody coach, I've had a story up there every single day with the exception of probably 4 or 5 times. And those times I was hungover. And in the beginning of my journey, it really got me down. But what I started to see was that in order to be good at this job, I needed to better myself. I needed to find the reasons that were holding me back from being consistent on social media and tackle them and face them front on and improve my own life. And since improving those aspects of my life, I've been able to be more consistent on social media. I think you will see that when you're not consistent, it's because maybe you're down. If you suffer from, I don't know, like say depression or anything, if there's any sort of like demon in your life, you're going to figure it out with this because you're not going to be able to be consistent if your demon is in your face.
So let's talk about what consistent means, all right? Typically, and what the BAT says, back to this, is that you should be posting on social media once a day as a post, and you should be doing your stories at least 7 to 10 times a day. You want to showcase your life. You want to share your life. And just posting your sweaty selfie or one workout clip in the morning and then not doing something until the next day, it's just simply not enough. People aren't going to get to know you. The beauty and the trick, I want to say, is that you want people to get to know you through your stories, to get to know you through your social media, so that when you do send them an invite or a private message, they're not weirded out by you because they're like, oh, hey, that's Erin. Oh, hey, that's Courtney. They know you already. They feel comfortable. One of my biggest wins, honestly, is that I went out one time out with my family for dinner, and I walked by somebody and she was like, hey, how are you? How was your trip? I'd never seen her before, but she was a follower. She thought we were best friends, and that to me was a win. She ended up signing up with me. You want your followers to feel as though they know you. And the only way they're going to know you is if you show up as you throughout the day, every day. Consistency pays off.
Like maybe it's, that I like leopard and I joke around about, every time I see it, I buy it or I take a picture with it or I do a boomerang or whatever it is. Like find something just that shows people your personality and start to sprinkle it into your stories.
So you want to make sure that you start with some sort of kind of coming out post, and you want people to know that you are now a Beachbody coach. Do not beat around the bush, because while it may be obvious to you now that you're sharing your workouts and you're all motivational and everything that you're doing something different, people don't know unless you blatantly come out and tell them. So if you're going to do some sort of, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach post, work with your sponsor coach, or work with us to make sure that we kind of go through it together and make sure it's the best it can be. Maybe that's a transformation side by side. Maybe it's a picture of you being super happy, whatever. But some sort of post coming out saying, this is what I'm doing now, is going to really help you to advance.
And it doesn't have to be about a transformation, right? Like a lot of people that start this is because fitness might be your passion. Maybe it's been your passion for a long time. Maybe you're talking about following your passion and really wanting to help people, and that is your why, and that is why you've decided to do this. So really think back to Erin's video about your why and incorporate that into your coming out post.
The more raw, authentic, and honest your coming out post is, the more people will relate to it, and the less people will roll their eyes at you.
So your goal right now, guys, is to always have a little ant trail at the top, meaning stories, right? When you go into your story, there's a little how many dots means how many stories you have. You want to be present every single day. I have women that message me and be like, you're the first thing I watch when I wake up, because they know I'm going to be there. 100%. When I wake up, I'm on the West Coast. I know Erin's already woken up, done her workout, and posted her stories. She is the first thing I watch every single morning. I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay. Farron did it, so can I. You need to be present. You need to be consistent. That is your number one goal right now.
The other thing we want to work on is if we're talking Instagram and even on Facebook now, is your cover page. You want to make sure that somewhere in your bio, it says that you're a Beachbody coach, and maybe you're not using the words Beachbody, but it tells people what you offer, who you are, and what they can get out of your page. So work with your upline coach or your sponsor coach to put some words together to make sure that that's really clear.
Go check out ours. Go check out any of the Sisterhood coaches or top Beachbody coaches and look at their bio and start to sort of brainstorm. Mine right now, it says helping women love the skin they're in. You don't want to say Beachbody coach because that might turn some people off right away. Guys, at the end of the day, you are becoming an influencer. You are influencing women to live their best life. And so your bio should reflect that.
So last thing maybe we want to touch on is how scary this is, because in reality, this is scary. It's uncomfortable to put yourself out there. But if I'm going to be honest, the only way you're going to grow in this business is by getting uncomfortable, putting yourself out there, and just going for it. So start small. Start with the baby steps of what you're comfortable with right now. Before I started this, I was into photography. Taking pictures was natural and easy for me. It took me a long time to start incorporating video. And that's okay, because that's where I was at, and that's what felt comfortable, and that's what I did.
And some of this, guys, I always talk about the roller coaster in this job. You might do a coming out post and you're going to get maybe a ton of support from friends and family around you, lots of comments, or maybe not, but hopefully you get, some likes and some comments and some encouraging words. But then as you start to show up day after day after day, some of those likes and comments might go away. You need to understand that this is now your business, and you need to develop a little bit of tough skin, because it doesn't matter if people are liking or commenting, they are watching.
They're watching. And let's be honest, guys, you aren't showing up on social media for you. This business isn't about you anymore. It's about the people who are watching you and the people who need you. The women who need to see that it's possible. The women who need someone to help them to get there. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to help them if you aren't showing up every single day. So if it's uncomfortable for you, I get that. but let's show up for them. Let's show up for the women who need us, because that's what this job is about. And if me showing up on social media and maybe embarrassing myself means that Katie is going to lose 50 pounds and that Sophie is going to get on her antidepressant pills and that Tina is going to be able to be the best person she's ever been in her entire life and quit her depressing job, then that's worth it to me. I'm willing to sacrifice how I look on social media for all of y'all. And that's what this is about.
So check out the rest of this landing page. There's lots of other great tools, specific apps that we're using right now, and other tips.
And share in the pod. If you guys are nervous about this or you want help with maybe one of your posts, share in the pod. Talk to your other sisters who are doing this, and let's kind of get brave together on social media.